Right, this video is a little bit like a Tarantino movie, as in we are starting at the end. As in the end is that I've sat in my car here and I've just finished the Ras Dewi Sant half marathon route. It's a new route for 2020, and that is why I've done a little video to show where the changes are and what do you expect, especially for those who've done it before or those who think they know the route there, just to give them a little bit of a heads up as that there is changes, and then for others perhaps to show them what they're going to be facing. So we haven't just changed it for the hell of changing it and for change's sake. There is a method behind the madness, but having just done the route, I've got to say I think it is better. The bit we've added on at the start, all right, it's a little bit more challenging, but it also is very scenic, and it takes you to perhaps places you wouldn't normally go unless you knew the area very well and knew certain paths. So it's definitely worth doing the first bit, the little changes. But what that has done is added a few extra miles, so that when it comes near the end, we can take off some bits at the end which were perhaps there maybe just to make up mileage. So the end definitely flows better and is much better, but you can see that as you go along and watch the video. So here we are at the starting point of the Ras Dewi Sant half and 10k by the bell tower in St David's, overlooking the cathedral. What a wonderful location. Just look at that behind us. Alright, so we're going to start off by heading up the hill and through the city, and for the half runners, that mountain in the background just there, that is the point you're going to be heading for. It looks a long way away, and actually that's only about 2 miles, 2.5, 3 miles away. So let's get this show on the road. Back here in 4 hours hopefully. Right, as we approach White Sands, what's up now in a moment, the 10kers will keep going that way straight on towards the beach, and the half marathon runners are going to go that way, turn right. And according to the watch, you're 2.2 miles into it at the moment. Saying the 10kers will head down that way towards the beach, and the half marathon lot are going to head up towards the mountain. Yeah, now this is a little bit of a climb, probably the worst climb of the day for the half. Right, not gonna lie to you, on this new section, that first bit from the road to the gate here is quite steep. It'll definitely get you panting, and I'm just walking it, but I think the watch says 2.52, so you're looking at 0.3 of a mile, sort of less than a third of a mile up to this point, and then it does start to ease off, sort of. Well, yeah, sort of. However, this new section does bring in views like that. So, stunning bit of coastline. So as we get over that gate and keep coming up, a little turn to the right here, and we'll head around the front of the mountain. Again, some great views around there, and there's a nice little bit of path to run on. Three miles in, and we've pretty much reached the peak of the mountain on the north side, and this all downhill from here and then across the valley till we get to Porthmelg and the beach there, and join the coast path for a little climb back into White Sands and the first aid station. A little bit more of an aid station than the first years, because you have a bit more miles in your leg, so it'll be about 4 miles in there. Right, at this point you might be cursing me and saying, what the hell's he done, this is so much harder, oh my god, or and a little bit of a whinge, but this has been done for a reason. I mean, one of the reasons is we've had to moving the course from the rugby club and to the centre of St David's has taken off some distance, plus there's been a lot of closures on the path over the last couple of years, and diversions put in place, which again have all crept away on the distance of the course. So last year it was a little bit shorter than what we would have liked, so we've added this in, And we haven't just added in a tough section. What we've done is, it is a coast path, you know, marathon, half marathon and trail. We don't want to, you know, just take on the roads for the sake of it. So we've added in a sort of a part that is really spectacular. You know, it's beautiful, it's a lovely section to run on. Yes, it might be a little bit more difficult, but you know, that's what it's all about as well. And it is quite short-lived, you know, 3 miles, you get to this point, downhill for a good 1.5 miles from here, and you know, and then you've only got about 9 miles to go, so it's all joy. And you know, you get to see views like that from this section as well. So we've circumnavigated the mountain and we've got down to Porthmelgan, which I will show you now. It's Porthmelgan beach there, Ramsey Island out there, and White Sand. We've reached White Sands, we've done the new diversion bit, and I've got to say, I hope you're not going to be disappointed with it. I've just spent an hour and 45 minutes out there. It's taken me longer than I thought because I've been stopping, taking photos and videoing it. I haven't been on that bit for a while and it is stunning. We haven't just put it in there to make it a little bit harder. We really want you to appreciate the beauty of the area and enjoy it, and it is a great section, and we hope you do enjoy it and appreciate it for what it is. So if you get to this point, or when you get to this point, it is 4.84 miles, and this will be your first aid stop. Not a bad little place to stop. I've come around here out of the wind, but you've got the surf hut here, you know, there's toilets here if you need it, and refill your drinks and get some energy on board you. And I better pick up the pace, otherwise I am going to take all day. It's going to take a lot longer than 4 hours. Just stopping all the time. I'm really enjoying this, actually, being out and about doing this. Great way to spend a Thursday afternoon. Exactly 7 miles in, and we've got the St Justinian, almost St David Sant, and a beautiful Ramsey Island behind us there. I don't think Greg the Warden will be getting many visitors today, with the sea is raging. I don't know what he'd do in a day like today in the island. Probably sit in and polish his trophy. The 10k one he won on Ras Dewi Sant 1 year. Alright, here we go. I'm trying to make up some time now because I've been faffing around too much. But beautiful location. Really important here, right, is that if you were on the half marathon, you do not go back inland and head towards St David's. It was done last year, people missed it. There was a marshal here, there was signs here, it was quite clearly, but people switch off, and it is quite easy to switch off. I spent 5 years in secondary school totally switched off, so it can happen. But when you're here and you're on the half marathon, stay on the path. This is only halfway. I will show you now what I mean. Come out of here, you'll see the steps there, and there's the coast path that goes that way. That's the half marathon route. 10k heads up inland that way. Half marathon that way. Right. Ramsey Island and the Sound. A bit protected from the wind here. It was hell going around Tregennis Head there, but there we go. Alright. Keep on going. Porthlisky Beach, 10 miles in. Another place that people tend to go wrong. Just up there, as you come down off the path, people tend to head inland and not head down to the beach. There is an acorn up there, follow the acorn, that's all we can say, and don't start heading inland. We do normally put signs there, hopefully they will be there, sometimes they are removed, so just remember, it is all about following the acorn. It's a lovely spot this, isn't it? Beautiful here. Alright, a little bit of a climb here, and it's about a mile to the next aid station in Porthclais. So, crack on with it. The clock is on 11.51 miles and we're in Porthclais, the last aid station, and that bit we've just done from St Justinian to Porthclais for me is psychologically the hardest bit. It's 4.5 miles and it's just quite remote and barren. It's beautiful, but it's quite a tough bit, and it's one you just want to get over, because once you get here, you know you're almost done. However, something that has been bothering me since White Sands is the distance. I don't know if my mapping system is wrong or my watch is playing up today, but this is going to be like an ultra, half ultra, so to speak, because we've got too many miles here. So I'm going to have to, I'm thinking on my feet of changing the end slightly. I'm going to see what the distance is when we get to St Non's Chapel, which I think will be about 12.5, and then we're going to come in that way. It'll make the end better, I think. You know, you won't have that hill out of Carvai, and possibly won't have to go round the Bishop's Palace, so be straight into the cathedral. I think that could work. Right, you'll be glad to see this spot. We have finally reached St Non's, and it says it's 12.65 of a mile at this point, so that is definitely far enough on the path, and we want to be heading back to St David's, otherwise the distance will be far too much. So which is good. I think this is what I've got in mind. I think this is going to be a better finish. Always nice to come off the path after a hard slog like that, and really on a Ras Dewi Sant, a St David's Day run, what better place to come off other than St Non's, which is the chapel behind me there. If you can see it, is the birthplace of St David's back in the 6th century, and is the well apparently sprung up on his birth. Yeah, so quite a significant place, as if it was almost planned. Right, so I think it's head back up, and it's also nice to get off the path before it gets dark, and it will be dark very shortly. So there we go, up this way. So as we leave the beauty of the coast path, and as we come up from the well, we're taking this little path here, and this leads us onto the road. To the right is a dead end, St Non's Retreat, and to the left is the road that's going to take us back to St David's. I'd say it's about half a mile from here to the cathedral, and so there we go, that's good. And don't worry about any of this, you don't have to remember all of this, as signposts and marshals will be in place. And if by magic, half a mile later, we've got to the Merivale Hill. Now, on previous years, it is that way we would have headed, down there, over the bridge, and up around the back of Bishop's Palace. But now we are just going to cut across here and head straight back towards the cathedral. Without a shadow of a doubt, this is a much better route to finish on. You know, you've done the hard work, there's no need to be going up and around there. We've done it for a few years, yep, character building or whatever, to get the miles in, but this is the way you want to be finishing. And I also know, and I don't want to be naming names or anything like that, but there is people who have missed out that loop over the years and have just gone back up to the town, especially when we were at the rugby club. But there we go, it's all in the past now. As you turn the corner, this will be what a view for tired legs. The St David's Cathedral, brilliant location to finish a race. Quite iconic, really. Feeling quite emotional here. And Bishop's Palace to your left, and look at the ground, nice and straight, nice and flat, and tarmacked. Legs feel quite funny on this, actually. We come into the cathedral grounds. We get within touching distance of magnificent building before we turn and face the hill and the steps of the home straight. And as we head up here, it's a bit cruel of a finish. You've got to get yourself up that hill and up those steps whilst looking good with all the people at the finish line watching you. But what a sight to finish on. It's got to be up there with some of the best, if not the best. Right, here we go. Right, that's it. It's done. I've done it. Whew. Even walking up those steps are hard work. Alright, but that's 13 miles, 0.45. So just a little bit over the half marathon distance. but on a trail that's not a bad effort, I think, to get it pretty much close to the nail. And you definitely rather a little bit more than a little bit less. You don't want to feel cheated or anything. But what a place to finish. So that's the sort of hill and the steps you come up. This year we are going to finish here at the top. We're not going to take you through the tower and up there, a bit further up the hill. Most people seem to gather here, so this and once you get to the top of the steps you just want to stop. So this is where we're going to end it. Right, here we go. Just 29th of February, here we come.